In this lesson, we'll be learning about prepositions and prepositional phrases. So make sure you have your notebooks out so that you can take notes to better understand what we're discussing. Prepositions are little words that create phrases to give us more information about what is going on or where something is. These little words tie the information to a subject, a verb, or even another prepositional phrase, but they can sometimes make it harder to determine what the subject or the verb is. The pencil is between the book and the ruler. Between is the preposition. The scissors are in the cup. In is the preposition. The apple is on the books. On is the preposition. Prepositional phrases always begin with a preposition, include at least one noun, and never contain a verb. In the cup is a prepositional phrase begun by the preposition in. Between the book and the ruler is the prepositional phrase, and the preposition is between. On the books is the prepositional phrase, and the preposition is on. A subject is who or what is doing the action. A verb is the action that the subject is doing. When we identify the prepositional phrase, it's a lot easier to see what the subject and the verb are. Now remember, the subject and the verb will never be in the prepositional phrase. So, eliminating the prepositional phrase helps us to find them. The first step to identifying a subject and a verb is to identify and eliminate the prepositional phrase. A good practice is just to cross through the prepositional phrase whenever you find them. When we do that to these three sample sentences, we see the scissors are, the pencil is, the apple is. Sometimes a verb is simply just existing. That's called a state of being verb, and all three of these verbs are state of being verbs. These three items simply just exist. In this example, the shoppers went into the store. Into the store is our prepositional phrase. When we get rid of it, we see the subject is shoppers and the verb is went. In this sentence, the price of soda is over $1. We might want to say the soda is the subject, but it can't be the subject because it is part of the prepositional phrase. Of soda and over $1 are the two prepositional phrases in this sentence. When we get rid of them, we see that the subject is price and the verb is. All students except one rode the school on a bus. When we get rid of the prepositional phrases except one, to school, and on a bus, we see that the main part of the sentence is all students rode. It's clear then that the subject is students and the verb is rode. If we don't eliminate or at least identify the prepositional phrases, we might be tempted to think that one is the subject. There are lots of prepositions. In our daily language, we use about 53 to 55 different ones. So it's a good idea to write the most common ones down. And in the following 2 pages, we're going to have some lists for you to write down. All prepositional phrases start with a preposition and they contain nouns, never verbs. Eliminating prepositional phrases from a sentence helps us find the subject and the verb much more easily. The subject is who or what we are talking about, and the verb is what the subject is doing. Take a moment and pause the video and write down these prepositions. You're going to need the list in order to identify them in the sentences following this video. Once you're through writing all of these down, press play and then continue writing down the lists on the following screen. Write these lists of prepositions as well as the first page. Again, you're going to need these to identify the prepositional phrases in the following sentences. Pause if you need to, if I'm going too fast. After this video, there will be some sentences where you have to identify the subject and the verb. If you'll take a moment and write the sentences down, eliminate the prepositional phrases, then you can identify the subject and verb more readily.